When you look at the stars every night and you see millions and millions and billions of stars, and you enjoy that, and you feel secure every night that you go for a walk wherever you are, you're in Hawaii or your own town, pleasant weather, you look at the sky and you see so many stars. What do you do and what do you think when you see a shooting star passing by while you're looking at it, while you're looking at the sky, and this bright star burning and then vanishing? Are you not going to look at the star the next night? Are you not going to look at the skies the next night? Look for the beauty that you've already searched and the tranquility and the solace that you found in sharing that moment of gaze and attention and connection with those millions and billions of stars? Are you not going to do that anymore? Because that one star you saw, it shined and it burned and it disappeared. It gave you some fun and some excitement and then disappeared. Is that going to keep you away from seeking that same amazing feeling of sharing and connecting and feeling great about the whole experience of looking at the stars and the sky? Are you going to stop the next night looking at the sky? Are you not going to look for those millions and millions of stars and find comfort and relaxation in them? We all know what the answer is. You will come the next night looking for a similar experience, and even you wouldn't mind looking at another shooting star. But of course, that's a shooting star. Let's come back and apply it to your life. So when you're in a relationship and you have enjoyed your relationship and you had experiences and it didn't work out, and somehow mutually or one of you decides for good or bad reasons, and the relationship ends. So why is it that many of you, when something happens like that in your life, you don't look for another relationship and you become devastated instead of feeling the same similar experience as you did when you looked at the stars and enjoyed every night looking at the sky and seeing all the stars, and when you miss one, whether through a shooting star or with the one that you were looking at every night and you don't see it anymore, you're not going to stop looking at it the next night. You're still going to come and see the rest of the stars because there is illumination caused by the rest of the stars in the skies. And you base your happiness and connection with all that there is in the sky, not with just that one that happened to disappear, whether through being a shooting star burning away or the one that you were looking at it and you just can't find it anymore. It disappeared. You won't lose hope. You won't lose your opportunity for experience of seeing all these beautiful stars at night again. You will come again the next night and look at other stars because they're just as beautiful. And if you haven't focused on them to see their beauty, you now will focus and you find the same beauty, if not even more beautiful than the one that you used to look at every night and yet disappeared now. Yet when it comes to your relationships, you think that's the end all be all. That was the best of the best. There was never going to be another one. Why? How can you say that? The stars that you look at, they could have been from a planet of so much amazing atmosphere and resources in it, but you couldn't see it that far, but you liked that. But there could be millions of other stars that could have a lot more resources and beauty in that. And you still don't know that, but you will pay attention to the other stars that is available. Yet, when your relationship ends, you don't even want to look at and consider that there are other people better than the ones that you were with. Why? Every human being is like the star in the sky. Amazing resources, amazing characteristics, good or bad, but they're all out there and so many different from each other. So why is it that the differences in some concept makes you have hope and want to continue enjoying that concept, but the differences among the human beings, when you finish relationship with one, you think there is not going to be anyone like or better than this one that I'm having a relationship with? Why? It's illogical, isn't it? Look. The problem is that you all think that you understand your life based on one thing, and that's your relationship. the story of the hearts, connection. But is it really that's what your life is all about? About one thing? No. That one thing that you pay so much attention and value to is a fragment of your journey of life. In other words, life is about so many things, so many experiences, from childhood to being a adolescence, to be a teenager, to be a university student, to get a job, to get married, or to have a relationship, to be an athlete, to be a scholar, to be a musician, mathematician, whatever it is that you choose to do in life. There's so many tangents to that experience and journey of life. Your friends, your schoolings, your learning, your teaching, everything that you have, your job, adventures, experiences, research, friendship, relationships. There's so many things about your life that forms your life that you seem to have thought none of that is the foundation of your life, part of the foundation of your life, and only that relationship is the whole entirety of your life, rather than that too being a fragment of your life among many other things that creates your life, forms your life, to bring that whole experience of life to you. Yet, when you have a breakup, you think your whole life has come to an end. As if there is nothing else in this life was the basis and foundation of your life. This was it. This was end all be all. And now that it is not there, for one reason or another, is not, that relationship is not, then suddenly you think you're not. Your life is not. You become depressed and you can't move on, you can't study, you can't do your job, you can't function well. Why? Because you don't seem to understand that what you have simply lost, so to speak, or what is no longer there as it used to be, is a fragment of the totality of the experience of your journey in this life. Yet you look at it as the holistic, you look at it as the totality of the representation of your existence, and then you panic. Oh my goodness, my whole life is over. No. Look, have you seen these bridges, mighty bridges that every city has pretty much, that connects one side of the body of the water to another side, whether it's part of the ocean or a big lake or whatever river, that two sides of the city, it needs to be connected, and these humongous bridges are made. Cars move on it, and pedestrians and bicycles and motorbikes, it connects one side to the other. And then this whole bridge is held up with pillars plus a tower, a concrete tower in the middle of it, or a bunch of places of it, and then humongous number of steel cables from the top of this concrete tower in the middle of the bridge is extending towards the other parts of this bridge. The ends of the bridge, middle of the bridge, close to the center of the bridge. All these steel wires, steel cables are connected to this bridge, holding it up. Now the question would be, these steel cables are so strong and so thick. Why do we need about 500, 1,000 of them? Why not 100? Why? Because if one lets go, one breaks down, one is no longer functioning, one of these cables are holding the bridge up, there are others that will take its place and won't let the bridge to fall. Keep the bridge functional and strong. And these cables represent the things that are forming the foundation of your life, the things that your life is all about, the things that together, the fragments of your life that together have made the totality of your life. Your friends, your job, your education, your schooling, your projects, and the things you love about life, the things you experience, the relaxations you like, the sports that you like, all the entertainment that you like, all the experience that you like. All of these are what your life is all about. They're like those cables. You're not just about one cable keeping you up in life. There's a cable of friends, there's a cable of family, there's a cable of job, cable of education, cable of relationship. Relationship is one cable. And when this thing breaks down or doesn't work anymore, suddenly you think the whole bridge is falling down. No, there's other things that's holding up the same thing. There are other things that is holding your life together until you replace that one cable, relationship, that is not working anymore. Just like the bridge that one cable gives up is not falling apart until the maintenance comes and replaces that cable and everything is just as it was, even no changes was visible or affected the performance or the safety of the bridge. Same thing with you, but you don't look at it that way, do you? As soon as that one cable, the relationship cable, falls apart, you think the whole bridge is falling. Oh, my whole life is now messed up. If you look at your life the way it really is, you won't have anxiety, you won't panic, you would look at it as one fragment of your life, be it an important fragment, but it's a fragment that can be replaced, just like anything else. For God's sake, you lose the cable of your parents. God forbid, your father or your mother passes away, dies. That cable cannot be replaced. Yet you accept it and you survive and you go on. But the relationship breaks up, both of you are alive and well and doing your own thing. Suddenly, you don't want to live anymore, or you can't function as good as before. Is that logical? If you look at it, if you look at your relationship as just one cable of your life, one cable of many cables of your life, one fragment of the many fragments of your life that has shaped and formed the entirety of your life, you will see that there is no hazards. There is no reason to despair, be anxious, be depressed, lose the opportunities of your job, your schooling, your exams. None of that is going to be affected in the way that you make it to be affected, because you give so much importance and number to that one cable, to that one thing, one fragment of your life, the relationship. I don't care how amazing it was, that relationship, but when it's not working anymore, that means it's not working anymore. It's not how it used to be. And if it wasn't how you used to be, which was all lovey-dovey and working together, it's no good. It's like saying, well, this cable that is broken, well, what can we do? Well, if it's broken, it's no good anymore. It doesn't matter how good it was when it was working and connected. You got to replace it. So everything continues as it was meant to be. And if it's not working out, if the relationship is broken up, listen, it was meant to be, because if it wasn't, then it wouldn't be broken up. It would still be together. So obviously, you got to replace it and go on for a bigger and better cable to hold your bridge up. As good as it can. So, lots of hope, lots of strength, lots of understanding. Life is not all about one thing. There's so many tangents, so many fragments, so many things that makes your life. And with all those things that makes your life, all those amazing things that have formed your life, you lean on them, you hold yourself up with them. Parents, job, activities, games, or entertainments and sports and interests and whatever else it is that is keeping your life on its path. You keep your spirit up until you replace that one cable, that relationship. And everything becomes even better than before, because you become wiser and you can understand life better than you imagined it to be or you assumed it to be. But the reality makes you become aware of your worth and value and the journey and how it can tumble. And you'll be able to tumble with it, rebuild, 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 and go on. I'll talk to you soon.